When they came here, they came for the same reason that everyone does, for opportunity, for education. And when they're contributing to our society and they have a child here, like me, I'm a first-generation American, and I'm fully American, despite the fact that both my parents were born outside of this country.
Okay. That's also doesn't answer my point, though it buttresses one of the main points I am making. Yeah, this is cheap labor. And
Ann Coulter shuts down Bill Maher and his panel, including woke Joy Reid and his audience, in this clip from Real Time with Bill Maher over immigration in America, as Ann Coulter always comes strapped and ready while Bill Maher grills her before Joy Reid steps in, and Ann Coulter just keeps shooting down everyone. So always entertaining to watch, so let's check it out.
Has been zero, but because our economy got worse, theirs got better. Mexican women used to have 7 children, and now they have 2. I think that would make a big difference. So let's say everything you say is true, which it isn't.
Well, let's say it isn't. That's not okay. Your snotty little remark aside, it's irrelevant. The point at issue is: should America's immigration policy be used to benefit the people already here, or should it be benefiting Pakistani pushcart operators, illiterate in their own language, never mind ours, who come here, go on welfare, commit terrorism, engage in crimes?
All right.
Why wouldn't you look out across the world like a sports team does and try to get the creme de la creme? Not like this audience. We don't want these people. We want the creme de la creme. We want to up the average. Up the average.
You gotta give it to her. She ain't afraid. You gotta give her that.
But she's also wrong.
Okay. Now,
she's also wrong.
What's the rebuttal?
Look, 30 million, 12 million.
Big difference.
I would just say one thing. Worry about the 50 million Latinos in the United States of America that are here legally. Worry about that 50 million who care, and who care deeply, because of many of the people that you refer to as murderers and rapists and criminals and people that are on welfare are their aunts, their uncles, their classmates, they work with them. These are people they care about. So what I think that Ann Coulter is actually doing, along with Donald Trump, is that they're just revving up. You know, it's like a Latino registration machine. Because every time they say these things, now I say this quite seriously, 1 million Latinos turn 18 every year in the United States of America, and they're all American citizens of the United States.
And 4 million
here's what happens. And here's what happens. They become the basis of the new American coalition, the new American political coalition, that is young people, that is Latinos, that is immigrants, it's African Americans, it's Asians, it's gay people, it's people that care about the economy, and it's people that care about the environment. And look, you're never going to take the White House with this kind of politics ever again, because there's a new American
All right. But that didn't exactly answer her question.
Can I attempt to answer your question, Ms. Coulter? Because I think one of the things that we have to do in this country is to stop lying. We were earlier talking and touched on the issue of slavery. Ever since the forcible removal of millions of African Americans from chattel slavery, this country has been importing new slave labor.
That's right.
Because this country wants and runs and is fueled by cheap labor, whether it was Puerto Ricans, whether it was people we drew from Mexico to come here and continue to do so, because the people who are on your side, big agriculture.
Not my side,
big
but I agree.
agriculture, the big corporate interests who want people to come.
Well, she does say that.
I agree with you.
Okay, well, once we bring people here, people's family members, people whose families are born here, are American. Both my parents are immigrants. So I take great exception to any kind of negative characterization of them. I had one come from Africa, my mother came from the Caribbean. When they came here, they came for the same reason that everyone does, for opportunity, for education. And when they're contributing to our society and they have a child here, like me, I'm a first-generation American, and I'm fully American, despite the fact that both my parents were born outside of this country.
Okay, that also doesn't answer my point, though it buttresses one of the main points I am making. Yeah, this is cheap labor, and
my oh my, how this clip has not aged well for the woke panel on Bill Maher's show, because Joy Reid may be losing her job here soon for all the lies, quote unquote, that had been spewed. And as far as the other guy, yeah, I bet he didn't foresee Trump winning the Hispanic vote. and actually getting voted back into office on the very points that Ann Coulter is talking about, like a common sense immigration policy that doesn't allow everyone to just mass come into the country, and we don't know who they are. And now we know tens of thousands of criminals have come into our country. So the same points that Ann Coulter made in this clip are the same points that are happening right now, folks. They haven't changed at all. In fact, they've gotten more important and far worse. And so I find this in a very hilarious clip. Let me know how you feel about it and retrospect down in the comments and leave a like. Let's get back in the rest.
Particularly.
But then why isn't the book called Thugs?
Well,
how corporate Republicans are decimating the middle class.
A long drive to Stupid.
Okay.
In fact, as I told Scott, that's the one error in the book, the title. I didn't argue. You haven't read the book.
I've read it 3 times.
But I'll tell you what's in it.
On the plane, in the hot tub, once high, once straight.
It is far more of an attack on Republicans, on big business, on the Chamber of Commerce than it is on the left.
I agree.
I didn't want a subject at all, but if I listed all the people who are trying to turn our country into a third world hellhole, it would go on to the back page.
Let me ask you something personal.
Look, the question is still... I'm
but
glad you're here, but
Ann,
why should America care that other people of the world are happy? They should care about the ones who are here now, including you.
And all the fruit you eat, all the vegetables you eat, they are all picked by foreign labor.
They could be picked by machines. These are all people going to be on welfare soon. Yes, there are machines that can now pick strawberries.
No, you cannot
strawberries, tomatoes, and you don't have to pay them Social Security.
Picked by machines.
You don't. That's
because people who come to this country with their families.
All right. You know what?
But you won't recognize the justice of their labor.
The answer is you can mechanize all of this.
We're not going to. You know what? This is over.
You might be talked over, and I couldn't answer.
Yeah, I know. We're not going to talk over each other.
Okay,
that's all we do on this show. Sorry.
Okay, I'll take.
So I will take over, and I'll just ask you 2 more questions, and then we'll get on to the Pope. 1, Geraldo's your great friend. Is he okay with this book?
Yes, I said something very nice about the Puerto Ricans. They made our country more vibrant.
Okay, all right.
I pointed it out to him.
All right. And also...
So we didn't, in other words, we didn't need 30 million Mexicans. We already had African Americans, and I mean African Americans, not immigrants, and we already had the Puerto Ricans.
And what about...
I'm just stating we didn't need the 1965 Act for all this vibrancy we're getting, because we're getting a lot of crime and welfare use.
Your imaginary friend, Jesus Christ?
For one, Ann Coulter is absolutely right. If you've never seen industrial farming, go look it up. You can find all sorts of videos of how our vegetables and all that is picked in mass. Not to say it's not picked by hand, but now we have robots and machines so good that you really need to see it. Like, it's all done with machines. It's crazy. So this is not in mass, all of these, immigrants coming over and picking this. That is simply not true. And I'm glad to see that these same talking points, these same types of arguments no longer work. Maybe they worked then, obviously they don't work now, but always trying to use these pathetic tactics. No, it's a different game today. Donald Trump is running the show, and hopefully we can get a handle on our immigration problem, because boy, it's really getting bad. And hopefully Joy Reid, for all of her lies, will never be seen again, sooner rather than later. But folks, thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought about what Ann Coulter had to say about immigration in America with Bill Maher and Joy Reid on Real Time with Bill Maher. Take care, like and subscribe, and I'll see you folks on the next one.